Today's eMoney tip of the week is going to be techniques versus advanced techniques. This is a really common question we get from a lot of advisors that are just starting in eMoney. So when you come in, let's pull up a client. We have our sample client, Pam and Jim Helpert here. We're going to click under plans. And this is where we're going to pull up Goal Planner versus Decision Center. We're going to pull up Decision Center. And what you're going to notice here on the left-hand side is you have techniques and you have advanced techniques. With our team, we try to never use techniques. There are a couple one-offs, most notably if somebody is selling a business at a different age, then we have not found a better way to do it outside of techniques. Often when somebody starts, and I tell them the reason why, and by the way, the reason why is because advanced techniques will pull over to everything. If you have an advanced technique, so for example here in alternatives we have some advanced techniques. If I have these buttons on, those buttons will work when I go under reports. Those buttons will work when I go under presentations. They'll work when I go inside of Goal Planner. Everywhere you go inside of eMoney and you pull up this scenario, those buttons will stay on to whatever you have in Decision Center. Also, you can manipulate in Goal Planner and it will carry over to Decision Center. Whatever you have in techniques only works inside of Decision Center. So that's why we don't like to use them. Because if we want to share with a client on a report, we want to share with a client in a presentation as a deliverable, it's not going to turn on. So, let's talk about the one that everyone likes to call me out on when I first teach this, is Social Security. And they'll say, Greg, it's just so much easier to show Social Security at a bunch of different ages. And you're correct. It's quicker and easier. Techniques were designed to be used in front of a client. One of the great things about techniques is it's green, it's red, it's blue. Green means add, red means take away, and blue means keep it the same. It's also the same color code that's used in advanced techniques, so you're used to it when you're building those plans. It's allowing you in front of a client to not have to go in advanced techniques. But I can tell you, if you're really good at advanced techniques, it doesn't matter. So let's talk about Social Security. This is the one that people want to use all the time. They'll go in here, and now you have this in here, and you can hit done. What's great is when you click on this, it gives you all kinds of really easy options that you could do in front of a client. The other reason why clients love this is because you could go here again to modify it, hit Social Security again, and what it allows you to do is have 3 or 4 scenarios of Social Security that you can click on and off very quickly. That's great. And one of the other things, by the way, is people like how quickly you can change some of the names on these techniques inside of here. It's a really simple thing to do. If you go into modify, you can change this to Social Security at 62, Social Security at 63. That's why they like to do these ones. I'm going to show you how we do them and why we think it's a better method. So we're going to go under plans. If you haven't learned about this yet, go to one of our tips where we talk about how we always build everything out in a base scenario, and then we make any other scenarios by copying it, and we always call our base scenario alternatives on our team. So we're going to click here under advanced plan. And we're going to make a change to Social Security. This particular client, I'm just going to click this stuff off. This sample client already has one. We've already renamed it, take Social Security at 62. But we're going to pretend like we don't have that in here. You would go to, again, green, red, blue, same things under regular techniques. Make changes and go to Social Security. We're going to go ahead and we're going to edit this fact. It's going to pull me up. You're going to notice this is already the one I have inside of here. So we're going to leave this at 62. Let's just pretend it was already at base at full retirement age, which is what our base plan is. Now we've changed it to 62. We're going to hit save here, and we're always going to change it. Yours probably just says Social Security right now, so we're going to rename this. And again, we don't have to rename this one for us right now because, quite frankly, I already renamed this one. But let's show another scenario. Now, I can't add, this is what people get confused, I can't add another Social Security. If I go in here at Social Security again and edit, it's going to take me to the same one. So, Greg, how can I show this 3 or 4 different ways? Great question. So that's when we always build everything out in alternatives and we duplicate this. And we're going to have one, take Social Security at 65. Just a random age I'm picking out here. And now we go under advanced plan. We're going to click on this. You can also go to make changes. It would take you right over to it if that's where you're comfortable. There's always 3 or 4 ways to get to a lot of different things inside of eMoney. So I'm just showing you a lot of times the way we like to get to them. Retire at 60. Let's click on that really quickly. And we're going to change this from, excuse me, I apologize. There's always a couple different ways to get into there's always a couple different ways to get into here. So I'm just going to click over here where it says that we're going to take Social Security at 62. We're going to come down to here and we're going to say take Social Security at age 65. All right, age 65 for both of them. We're going to hit save. Go to plan changes. I'm going to rename this. And so instead of take Social Security at 62, I'm going to take this at 65. This just took me less than a minute to do. Everyone say it says take a little bit more time, but do you care about showing the client the right thing? And if you don't have the time to do this, you should build out a team of paraplanners below you to do this work for you. So now when we're with the client and we're talking about taking Social Security at different ages, instead of here, we could drop down in alternatives, and you could rename one to say it at 62. We could click this on at 62, but we could also show a client, take it into base facts. The base facts is already going to be a full retirement age with our assumptions we use. And we could also show them at 65. Make sure you have this turned on, by the way. And so you can see we can show this client quickly. It also allows us, by doing it this way, if you want to show it in Goal Planner. So now we could have, let me remove this one from the previous scenario. The base scenario is already a full retirement age, so we're going to add a comparison. And we're going to have take Social Security at 65. And we're going to add alternatives here that has 62. Again, you could rename another one and make it say 62 on here. As long as you have those buttons turned on in that scenario, it's going to show the person side by side taking Social Security at those different ages. It's such a great way to be able to show this. Furthermore, if we go into reports and we want to show maybe under cash flow and we want to show in the different scenarios, all right, we know that the base facts full retirement age and we know this one's at 65. And now we can look at a side-by-side scenario of what this looks like. As opposed to if you went in here and you just did this under techniques, that would not carry over. And so let me show you. If we have this under alternatives, we're going to turn this on. We're going to turn this off. We're going to go to 65. We're going to turn techniques on. We're going to take this off. And what you're going to see when we go into Goal Planner, and we show all these stacked up against each other, they're all exactly the same. You're just showing the base scenario over and over again. That's why we prefer to never use techniques. On our team, we always use advanced techniques. It might take a few more moments, but the results are worth it. We hope this tip helped educate and empower you to do more plans for your clients so that you can impact more lives through financial planning. If you have some great tips we don't know about, we'd love to hear about them. If you have a better way of doing what we just showed you, we'd love to hear about that, because we are a noble profession, and together we can elevate the profession.